Well, I love that umbrella guy.
My wife and I love that umbrella guy. Oh, we love that umbrella guy.
So if you love that umbrella guy too, make sure that you're subbed. Make sure you hit that bell for daily notifications. And if you want to go further, and you're under no obligation to do so, but if you love that channel and want to help it out, links are in the description. One of those is the Case of the Littlest Umbrella, which is an all-ages Lovecraftian comic. Now this thing, it has been brigaded against since go, and well, people like yourselves, the community, they have made it work out. It has 3 days left. So this thing, it's moving along, and still, we still have brigaders out there. That's the story I'm going to tell you today. The story of, well, we say it's not so, and yet it is, coming from a certain person that ran a blog bot for the longest time. Now make sure that you tune in through it all, because I want to lay the foundation for something, and after I lay the foundation for it, then I want to show you the exchange that transpired today. Now if you want to see obsession, if you want to see exactly how that looks, look no further than people like this. Look no further than how often they utilize words like Comicsgate, because that gives them a little bit of clout. They go out, they hunt people, they hunt them all the time, because hey, why wouldn't they? They go out, and try to say that, roughly 150% of the people insisting that everyone in Comicsgate is a Nazi are people who are in Comicsgate. Trying to blame you for being called Nazis. Trying to say that you're a hate group, of course. Trying to go out and connect you to some of the oddest topics out there ever. Talking about toxic masculinity, because hey, why wouldn't you do that? Talking about misogyny, of course, because again, why wouldn't you do that? Dopey and coherent insults. Also, you notice Anime-gate is brought up in this stuff too, just to say this isn't just about Comicsgate, but this is where I get the lead in for this person. And again, I'm really trying to express the idea that these folks are obsessed with certain things. They are obsessed with the idea of calling people hate groups, calling people out and vilifying them. And then when they do it, of course, they never did it. They never did this stuff. They call you delusional, violent, and stupid. Yeah, that's peak Comicsgate. They call you a bunch of crybabies because, you want changes out there. They do all of this stuff. They try to do this. They tried not only to do that, but to deplatform and on, because that's the face of it. Now, this guy, he did a lot of that. He did a lot of that for a while. He became pretty infatuated with calling out specific people, namely myself. I was one of those folks that he decided to tag in quite some time ago. And sooner or later, after you're made look like a fool, well, you kind of back off. And well, he backed off behind a blog bot. Now, not too long ago, he decided to drop that. In the middle of all of the harassment that came with opening up my own comic book, he decided to unblock me. He and, well, somebody really close to him, they decided that they would get involved in that stuff too. They decided that they would sound off on an SJW Spider-Man thread. Come on there. So we see this person here too, and I'll show you exactly what they said before, but I don't want to reveal it too soon because I need you to see them walk right into this. So you see a discussion going on between this person and Ethan Van Sciver. They keep talking about the editors out there, basically mean words on the internet. They're talking about Richard C. Meyer saying mean things on the internet and how terrible all of that is. Because, you say mean things on the internet. Well, you're definitely a monster. You're definitely terrible. But, when they're talking about this stuff too, I decided to ask them a question. I decided to ask them about, hey, your interactions with SJW Spider-Man, those were very telling about what you folks see as problems. You signed off on people attacking my family because, quote unquote, Andrew and I never had to worry about CPS. You know what type of BS you encourage, but hey, mean words, it said plenty. Now, I knew when I tagged this in that Andrew would not be able to resist it because, again, we're talking about someone attached to his life. We're talking about, well, what rhymes with life? Yeah, you got it there. So, of course, he has to come in and tell me I'm lying. I was waiting for him to do this because I know that he unblocked me not too long ago so he could come in and take snipe shots to go in and boom, say there's no proof. So I thought it would be interesting to, provide proof here. So I told him, in response to that tweet that you just saw, I knew you'd pop in and try to claim that it didn't happen, that you folks were in there with your pal SJW Spider-Man worsening the CPS mess because it's just what you do. Pretend your words didn't happen. You notice that there's an archive. You notice the word "and" hitting that archive as well. And then you notice the archive link. So I'm going to click the archive link itself just to bring that up so you can see it here. You can see that it archives to this person talking to SJW Spider-Man. You know what? He's right. Andrew and I have never been in a situation where we felt the need to convince someone to call CPS for us and convince them not to come to our house. He really got us there. So you see, again, in the middle of this sea of nonsense where people are out, I actually had to get a lawyer involved, Ty Beard. Yeah, these people were part of that brigading. And yet, of course, they deny that. They deny the idea that they're there. You see, Andrew and I never had to worry about CPS. You see the relationship to that, huh? So, this lie here, wow, doesn't really look like a lie, does it? Now, of course, that shown to them, and of course a screenshot for easy referencing, apparently that it makes you really dangerous. There are people that sound off on that too, because I'm blocking your lying, delusional self before you get any ideas about doing anything really dangerous. These are the kind of people that you have to deal with time and again. And if they were just some nonsense brigader out there, that wouldn't be the problem. But the problem is that these people do indeed gatekeep industry. They go out. They have connections in industry. They represent comics. They represent books. They represent distributors and on. Well, they have connections and they want to keep other people out. The things that they do, too, because of words like, I don't know, Comicsgate, again, and this obsession with it, or this obsession with words like Anime-gate, it's quite astounding what they will do to people. Their obsession with going out and attacking people and attacking them until they have to go and blockbot everyone associated with them because basically they get blowback. And while they're doing this stuff too, of course, some of them, like this other person here, they're obsessed with going out and watching what you do all the time. This, for example, is from one of my live streams where they go and, they can watch if they want to, but, it's really telling. You go out, you do your own thing, and, well, what you end up with after you showcase exactly what kind of ugliness, what kind of vitriol that these people bring to the table, yeah, this is exactly what you get. You're a liar, you're delusional, man, you're dangerous out there. Well, maybe you need to look in the mirror, and maybe you need to leave people alone. That's the thing. Maybe you need to let people do what they're doing. So anyway, this is another little chapter out there, and exactly what all goes on all the time, and yeah, I think it's really telling. But anyhow, you tell me what you think about exchanges like that. Now, if you like this kind of content too, and if you like to support the endeavors of people out there that are basically going their own way, well, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you pound that freaking bell for daily notification. Like the videos that you like. And if you want to go further, there are links in the description. Again, you are under no obligation to check those out whatsoever. I appreciate communities that come in and really, they get together and we can talk about all of the stuff out there. One of the things that I do offer here, however, is 2 comics that are attached to this. The Case of the Littlest Umbrella and the Goody Bird. Now, when you look at this, of course, you're talking an all ages Lovecraftian tale, and you're talking about art attached by Kyung Lee. It's amazing what kind of ugliness these people have been subjected to as well, because they are attached to yours truly. I mean, you have Kyung Lee out here that, he is a great artist. You can see that, but he's a monster because of Comicsgate. He's a monster because of that umbrella guy. The other comic here, this is basically a satirical look at Comicsgate and everything that's been there. Yeah, this is the case of the Goody Bird. This, I think, will be a lot of fun, too. It's described in there. It's an ash can or a smaller comic. It's smaller, lesser pages, but it costs more to produce, unfortunately, there. I think that'll be a lot of fun, though. I think people will enjoy it. And, it's a satirical look, so you're talking about holding up people that really deserve it and, at the same time, making fun of some of the stupidity that's gone on. But anyhow, like I said, you tell me what you think about exchanges like this and of the obsession, again, with people out there that they label you something first. They decided to label you Comicsgate. Basically, they wanted to create an other. They wanted to put someone on the other side of that fence so they could call them a hate group, so they could call them that outcast, so they wouldn't be listened to. Now, while you're looking at this, the industry, it has suffered for it. And well, all of us were pretty much consumers at the beginning of it. We were talking about problems there. And now we've gone and done our own thing, and we've taken our money with us. That's the real kicker in all of this kind of stuff. I mean, when you look at this brigading and you look at that nonsense, all these people have done is managed to shorten the industry's reach, because people, they get tired of it. I mean, when you have pros that go and they say, yeah, let's get involved in it. When you have people that are attached, again, to book distribution, when they're attached to indie comics, you want to go do your own thing. You don't want to deal with these folks at all, because when you deal with them, well, you see what you end up with. You see the type of brigading and the type of insanity. And, well, after a while, it gets to be quite a bit. But anyway, leave me your comments on this. And ending this, of course, I want to say, unlike so many people out there, I want to say that I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate that you've been a part of this. I appreciate you backing this endeavor. I mean, it's not something that anyone could accomplish without you. And well, these people, they forget it. I don't ever want to do that. That's why I don't can this message here and just play it, because I want to remind me to remind you that you are welcome and that I appreciate you. So anyhow, thank you. I appreciate you showing up. We'll do this again soon. Thank you.